Taurus, hey, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it, Taurus. We officially are in Gemini season, starting off the new week with a new moon in Gemini. New moons are great energy. It really kind of enlivens hope and potential, right? It's all about setting intention, whether that's new intention or readjusting the things that have not been working. We've been seeing that a lot, unfortunately, in the collective. And a lot of this is because Pluto moved into Aquarius back in November. It's also currently in retrograde. It went retrograde beginning of the month. And so it's highlighting those places where there is disconnect, where things aren't working in a fluid, harmonious way. Things that we actually need to draw attention to and address accordingly. It's not stuff that we can just sweep under the rug. And if we try to do so, unfortunately or not, it rears its beautiful face, right? So there is this value of, yes, being like, I think this is a lot about awareness of what's going on, why things are happening, not just looking at the tension as like, oh, this person's being an a-hole or pissing me off or blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like stuff happens, right? But this is more about the things that are like constantly working against us, where it creates these uphill battles, where it ends up draining our time, our energy, etc. Things that, again, Spirit's really trying to highlight so that we can make changes and adjustments accordingly. That's why I like to start off the readings with an energy cleansing, just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles we might be coming into. It's a really good time to set your own intention for the reading as well, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over, be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing, wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are interested in more of a realignment of self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're operating from that space of being aligned, grounded, knowing ourselves, know thyself, so huge. That's where we're manifesting our happiness and abundance. When we're disconnected from self, we can't do that at all, unfortunately. All right, so definitely hit me up. I would love to help support in whatever way possible. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, Taurus, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama love, Mama love. Amen. All right, Taurus, so it feels like you're in a little bit of a waiting game this week. That's what I'm hearing. Like you're waiting on someone or something. Maybe you're waiting on someone to make a move. Maybe you're waiting for the right time to make a move. I think you're still gathering information. That's part of where this hesitancy is coming out. It's not a like bad hesitancy from what I'm picking up, but yeah, 100%. Like these are like messages. These are people that you're trying to reconnect with, people, situations from the past, people that have been heavily on your mind, on your heart lately, wanting to reconnect. You made a choice to move on, to disconnect from someone or something, but it hasn't completely left your heart, right? Like it hasn't completely gone away. Maybe you made a decision that you weren't certain about, right? Like gambling. Like, I'm not saying like physically, maybe it could be dealing with someone who's gambling. You'll know your situation best. It's not the that is not a message for everyone. I don't want to scare anyone here, right? But there is this energy of you kind of like taking your chances, right? Like, and I feel like you took your chances in the past with the choices that you made. Maybe there was hope that if you chose a certain thing, someone would wake up, someone would come around, you could finally, you know, like make amends, etc. Ugh, so gross. Gold diggers in your energy. Okay. But maybe this is not necessarily a bad thing. You could be dealing with someone who is taking advantage of your time, your money, your resources, etc. Maybe this is an unhealthy dynamic. We'll see kind of how this fares out. An unhealthy dynamic that you had to put your foot down around, but you're missing it. You're missing it. And it kind of looks like whatever happened hasn't been cleaned up. Like it's still lingering, right? Like sometimes we get so frustrated, so upset about people, about situations that we can say, screw you, I don't want to talk to you again, right? And then a couple weeks later or whatever, we're thinking about them, wishing we would have done it differently. And that's definitely how your energy feels. Or yeah, like I'm hearing like maybe you even feel like, or you thought you could save something. You thought you could save something and it looks like it's not really happening. I don't think this is something that directly is related to you. I just feel like someone didn't want to deal with it anymore, right? Showing up as the Page of Wands, it's just someone who's like saying, no, thank you. I'm going to go do this other thing. And they don't really care how it affects how people perceive. This is someone who didn't really want to participate, someone who was very much on the defensive. And so you made a decision accordingly. But again, like I said, there's still this thought energy lingering for you. How are they doing? What's going on? Maybe you are trying or want to reconnect with them this week. The blessing of the new moon is it's giving us an opportunity to be empowered with our communication, the things that we say, how we articulate. It's helping people understand. You don't want fighting, and I think that that's kind of the difficulty that you have to get around. But you feel like, I don't know, you feel like you need to reconnect. And this could be because a myriad of things, right? It's not only that you want to, but like maybe your health, your well-being is not going very well. Maybe you need to inform someone about this, or like the fact that this hasn't really closed itself out. It hasn't worked itself out. It is actually affecting your health, your well-being. Yeah, and you're feeling really left out as a result of it. It's interesting though, Taurus, because you did kind of make this decision. You made this decision to separate, to move away, and it looks like there is some regret now. You're doing your best to kind of look at it in the most diplomatic way, like trying to remove emotions and feelings, not take things personally, but honestly, it's kind of looking like it was a blessing in disguise. It looks like someone used you. It looks like someone used you, maybe for your money, for your time, etc. with this gold digger card. Maybe you're reconnected with them this week. Maybe you were kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt and it didn't really shake out exactly how you had hoped. And so you're right, like you're in this energy of like hoping that it's going to. Hoping that you weren't wrong is what I'm hearing. What does Taurus need around this? Hoping you weren't wrong. But this is someone who's just, they're not very open. They're not very open-hearted. And so when something happens that makes them feel like, you know, you're doing me wrong or whatever, like this is someone who is offended. This is someone who feels like their only course of action was to cut things off or make changes. I don't know exactly what happened between you two, but it definitely has this energy around it of like different opinions, different sides of the coin. Maybe there's not a lot of conversation. Maybe this is something that really threw you, came out of left field, that you weren't expecting at all, but you're not really sure how to get back. I also don't know that it's good to come back, right? Or if you do, I'm not sure that you're going to get what you want. And that's kind of where this energy is moving towards. I think it's going to be, there's misconceptions. There's misconceptions of how this played out. And it's messier now than what it was to begin with. And unfortunately or not, there are some things that you're going to have to answer to before it can go back. I mean, it's not going to ever go back to the way it was. I don't even see you expecting that. I don't know. Something about this just rubs you the wrong way. There's a lot of pride. There's a lot of ego. But at the same time, there's also information, things that are happening that are making you understand this person, understand why they did what they did. Communication is going to be rough in this dynamic. Someone is on the defensive. They're not in the same spot that you are this week. Be supportive. Okay, I think that's a really good energy, right? So like, even if, and maybe you're not having a conversation this week. Maybe you are. Maybe you're taking a gamble. Maybe you're connecting, reaching out, etc. So Spirit's advising you to be supportive. Be supportive in how you're communicating. Even if it's not like how you want to, because I feel like there's a lot of tension or difference of opinion, or there is potential where that 5 of Wands went. I'm not sure. There is potential for a fight. It's here somewhere. I thought. No? Okay. Okay. But yeah, it feels like that 5 of Wands energy. I feel crazy. No? Okay. All right. So there is like kind of this potential for a fight. Sorry. I'll stop going down that route. The Union of Hearts. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. Yeah, sometimes we just, whether you want to call it soul connections or, whatever you want to label it as, but sometimes just stuff happens. Sometimes we need to talk about things. This has been a theme in the collective, like being honest and vulnerable, right? Like instead of hiding behind our pride, our selfishness, or wanting someone to apologize or whatever it might be, sometimes we just have to take that initial step. And Taurus, it looks like you're not 100% over this. It looks like you shut it out because it's Taurus energy. It's, sometimes, no offense, this is all earth. I mean, everyone has their own ways of being stubborn, but you definitely kind of like, as soon as you said it, that was it. You closed the door and that was it. But it's still lingering in the background. You are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. So even if it doesn't feel like you can overcome this, you can. And honestly, I feel like it is directly impacting your health and your well-being. And I do think something needs to be dealt with, right? Even if it doesn't go in the direction you want it to go, Taurus, it's gonna be a burden off of you, right? Isn't that how we started out the reading? A breath of relief. Like you're kind of just in this mode of like acceptance, surrender. You're getting a lot of clarity from that, a lot of understanding about what things are and how they're looking. And yeah, it sucks because it looks messy, but the beauty of the Tower is it can be very destabilizing. It is kind of our world falling apart, but at the same time, then we're able to see the pieces. We're able to see what pieces are left, what we have left to work with, to deal with. We're also seeing people, situations for their true colors, which again, I feel like is being highlighted for you. And that's kind of where there's some guilt, but the silver lining is recognize what is still left, what pieces are still left that you have to work with, and acknowledge your heart, acknowledge your wants, your needs, etc. Don't push them off to the side because of the pride, because of the stubbornness, the ego. It's only going to be worse for you right now. Yeah, you have some suspicions around this person, around this situation, or someone else that is feeding into this dynamic. But again, it's always better to just like find the information out for yourself. Like, don't listen to a third party. Do what you have to do. Initiate the contact, have an honest conversation, and then again, you're gonna know what pieces are left for you to deal with, contend with. So thank you so much for your time, energy, always, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.